Yo, what's good, gamers and gamers? It's your boy Guttamowf coming at you with episode 10 of my Borderlands 2 Legendary Item Guide. Now, today we're going to do the conference call. Yes, I said it, the conference call. Now, mine is actually, I'm going to do two. I'm going to do a non-elemental and a fire one, just to do something different. Now, my non-elemental is the social conference call. As always, the prefix will change. Now, the damage 2127 times 5, accuracy 70.4, fire rate 3.7, reload speed 3.7, mag size 11. Red text, let's just ping everyone all at once. Now, it's minus 20% weapon recoil reduction, minus 13 accuracy, and fire increases accuracy. Now, the fire one that I have is the reactive conference call. Again, prefix will change. Damage 20,644 times 5. Accuracy 70.4. Fire rate 3.8. Reload speed 3. Mag size 11. Burn damage a second 13,831.7. And chance to ignite of only 8. So, yeah. So, like always, we're going to start at Sanctuary, the base point that I always use, and we're going to travel to Heroes Pass. Now, from there, you're going to either have to fight or run your way through until you get to the Vault of the Warrior. Now, I actually cut out me running through Heroes Pass just so this wasn't like a 15 to 20 minute video. And obviously, you're going to take on the Warrior to get the conference call. Now, I do cut out some of the gameplay. That way, again, it's not like a ridiculously long video, because anybody who's done the Warrior knows that it takes some time. So, let me just, again, go ahead and give a shout out to my boy Wolf. You know, he's been helping me out quite a bit lately, so Wolf, dude, I appreciate it. I appreciate you helping me get this footage and helping me farm. You know, it's been a big help, dude. So, from the bottom of my heart, honestly, thank you. I mean, I really do appreciate it, bub. But you see us here taking out the Warrior. And anybody who wants to use this strategy, by all means, go ahead. I mean, if you think this will work for you, if you're having problems, just tuck at the back like we did, and just beat the hell out of him, because he can't hit you, he can't touch you. I mean, you're untouchable. You're Kevin Costner, untouchable. But anyway. Eventually, you'll see us drop the Warrior here, and if you haven't checked it out, you might want to check out my how to get a legendary from the Warrior 99% of the time video. Yeah, you might find that useful. Now you see there, we do kill the Warrior, and I want to do something a little bit different as well. I'm going to show you gameplay from the fire and the non-elemental conference call, just so you can, see how it goes. But I also kinda show you both drops. On one of the drops, actually, in a lot of the drops, whenever we were doing this farming, they ended up underneath the Warrior, so we ended up having to fight to get them. We ended up having to leave, go back out, run back through, bloody 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 blah, and all that good stuff. And there was one that I thought was really funny. I ended up having to jump on top of Wolf's head in order to actually pick up the conference call. Now, I think this was like a level 59 or something, so I didn't really want to use that. So both of these drops are good enough to where you can actually see the weapon, you can see the stats and everything, and watch me pick it up. So I figured it would be better to use those rather than the ones that I had to use Wolf as a trampoline. I mean, that's pretty much the only way that I can word it. I used him as a trampoline to bounce on his head and luckily got it. He didn't actually think I was going to be able to get it, and I'll be honest, I didn't either, but it worked. And it ended up being a weapon that, if I'm not mistaken, he used quite a bit until he hit 61. I mean, the conference call, especially before they nerfed the B, was a gun that everybody in this game wanted. And I'm sure that I'm not telling you anything that you didn't already know at that point. But if you're a newer player of Borderlands 2, then you didn't get to see the bee in all of its glory, and that makes me sad. It really bothered me whenever they nerfed the bee. But anyway, I show you here that this is actually the footage with the non-elemental bee, just the regular bee, no fire, just the bee as is, like well, I wouldn't say like a regular shotgun, because I don't know of any shotguns in the world that shoot straight and from the side, but you know what I mean. I mean, it's as close to a regular gun as Borderlands gets, but I mean, you see here, it's putting in work, son. I mean, it's just basting these cats. Brow, brow, brow. I mean, just bam. And I will show you gameplay with and without the B, like I always do, so no worries there. But I mean, the conference call, especially since they've done this cap increase, it doesn't seem like they scaled the weapons to the same point that they were at level 50. I mean, at level 50, you could just go through literally demolishing everything and everyone with a B on. So, it really doesn't seem like they did, which I'm not complaining about. I actually really like that fact, because it makes the game challenging. But you see there, I do change to the Impaler, and I mean, it still puts in some work. I mean, it's still handling these cats. So, with or without the B, I mean, it is still a reliable gun. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's healthy. The Nomad, he's still getting beasted. I mean, it's healthy, especially since I got the Slag, which was a skill that I just recently picked up with my Necromancer. I hadn't ever tried it, and I wanted to see how it would work out. And honestly, I think it was one of the smarter moves that I've made, because it's really ended up being beneficial and coming in really useful at critical times, might I add. But I mean, you see here, even at the Raging Goliath, it's still beasting. I switch over here to Southpaw Steam and Power to show you the fire conference call, because obviously back there in Frostburn, they're fire enemies. So a fire conference call wouldn't have really done a whole lot of good over there. So I figured I would leave so you could see it for what it is and not what it is when it's being resisted. And the fire conference call I do tend to like a little better, just for the fact that I do a lot of fighting with flesh type enemies, with humans and stuff. So if in case you didn't know, that the fire weapons, that's their purpose. That's what they were made for, was to fight flesh type enemies, humans, if you will, if you want to call them humans. I don't know if that would be a really good classification for a lot of stuff on this game, but nonetheless, that's what it's supposed to be for. But I mean, you see here, I mean, it's just domination, son. I mean, it is just blowing them to pieces. Now this time around, I actually used the Impaler first and switched to the Beast second, because anybody who's been through Southpaw Steam and Power knows that you end up with an ultimate, especially at level 61. Let me rephrase that, because at level 50 it's a super badass and the assassin. So on level 61 you end up with an ultimate badass and the assassin. So yeah, I figured I would wait to use the B until this time, because it would really not be too great having to try to take on these two out the Beyond, so I figured I would switch it up and use it second, pretty much for survival's sake. I mean, but you see here, it absolutely destroys that ultimate badass. Granted, Death Trap is helping, but nonetheless, I mean, look at that, with the assassin just flat out demolishing it. And I mean, the conference call still is a really good gun, whether it's scaled up as far as it was with pre-cap gameplay, pre-cap raising gameplay. Nonetheless, it still dominates. Now you see here, you know, I'm out of ammo, so rate, like, and subscribe. It's your boy Guttamowf. I'm signing out.